Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today, all eyes are on the biggest stage in tennis, Wimbledon. It is Tuesday, June 30, 2026, and the pristine grass courts of the All England Club have already delivered one of the tournament's most unforgettable moments. A performance so commanding that it is sending shockwaves across the Philippines and forcing the entire tennis world to take notice. If you expected an ordinary first-round match, think again. 21-year-old Filipino sensation Alex Eala didn't simply win her opening match at Wimbledon. She produced a breathtaking display of tennis that left her opponent with virtually no answers. Facing Mexico's Renata Zarazúa, Eala didn't just secure a place in the second round, she made a powerful statement that she belongs among the sport's elite. This wasn't merely another victory. It was a performance filled with confidence, precision, and complete control from the opening point until the final handshake. To truly appreciate what happened today, you have to understand the significance of this moment. For years, tennis fans in the Philippines dreamed of seeing one of their own compete as a genuine contender at a Grand Slam. There had been flashes of promise and memorable performances, but the breakthrough everyone hoped for always seemed just beyond reach. That changed today. Alex Eala arrived at Wimbledon carrying an incredible piece of history. Following her remarkable rise in the latest WTA rankings, she climbed to world number 30, earning the number 29 seed at Wimbledon. That achievement alone rewrote the record books, making her the first Filipino player ever to be seeded in the singles draw of a Grand Slam tournament. Instead of entering Wimbledon as a dangerous underdog hoping to surprise the field, Eala arrived as a respected competitor whom every opponent had to take seriously. And judging by today's performance, that respect is only going to grow. When the draw paired her with Renata Zarazúa, many analysts expected a difficult opening test. Zarazúa is an experienced competitor known for her consistency, defensive skills, and ability to frustrate opponents by extending rallies. The two players were also far from strangers. A few years earlier, Zarazúa defeated Eala during a WTA 125 tournament in North Carolina. More recently, they even partnered together in doubles at the 2025 French Open, advancing to the second round. They understood each other's strengths and weaknesses, which led many experts to predict a long, hard-fought battle that could easily stretch to 3 sets. But what those predictions failed to account for was just how much Alex Eala has evolved over the past year. The player who stepped onto court today was no longer the promising teenager still searching for consistency. She has developed into a confident, fearless, and complete athlete whose game is perfectly suited for grass. From the very first point, Eala looked completely locked in. There was no hesitation, no nervous energy, just calm confidence and unwavering focus. Every movement reflected a player who believed she belonged on one of tennis' greatest stages. As the match unfolded, it became increasingly obvious that Zarazúa wasn't simply facing Alex Eala. She was trying to stop a player riding an incredible wave of momentum. Eala entered Wimbledon in exceptional form after capturing the Birmingham Open title, earning her second WTA 125 championship, and proving that her aggressive style translates beautifully to grass courts. She followed that achievement with another remarkable run in Berlin, where she stunned the tennis world by defeating 2 top 10 opponents in consecutive matches, Elena Rybakina and Elena Svitolina. Those victories weren't lucky upsets. They showcased every aspect of Eala's rapidly improving game. Against Rybakina, she absorbed tremendous power while responding with fearless shot-making. Against Svitolina, she demonstrated outstanding patience, tactical awareness, and mental toughness. As if that preparation wasn't enough, Eala spent the final week before Wimbledon competing in doubles alongside 5-time Wimbledon singles champion Venus Williams at the Bad Homburg Open. That experience may prove invaluable. Sharing the court with one of the greatest grass court players in tennis history offered lessons that simply can't be taught during practice sessions. Whether it was court positioning, net play, or strategic decision-making, Eala appeared to absorb every bit of knowledge she could. And against Zarazúa, those lessons were on full display. Every time the Mexican attempted to establish a rhythm, Eala disrupted it with aggressive ball striking and outstanding placement. Whenever Zarazúa sent deep, looping shots, Eala stepped inside the baseline and took the ball early, robbing her opponent of valuable reaction time. When shorter balls appeared, Eala attacked without hesitation, moving confidently toward the net and finishing points with authority. It was tennis played with complete conviction. The match seemed to fly by because Eala dictated nearly every exchange. She executed her game plan almost flawlessly, leaving spectators impressed and sending a clear message to every player remaining in the draw. Alex Eala isn't simply participating at Wimbledon anymore. She's here to compete for something much bigger. Despite the enormous expectations surrounding her, Alex Eala never looked overwhelmed. History has shown that many talented young players struggle after earning their first Grand Slam seeding. The pressure can be overwhelming. Footwork tightens, decision-making becomes rushed, and suddenly the biggest stage feels even bigger. But Eala responded in exactly the opposite way. Instead of shrinking under the spotlight, she embraced it. What stood out throughout the match wasn't just her shot-making, it was her composure. Whether facing break points or navigating critical 30-all moments, she remained calm, patient, and completely in control. Every point followed the same deliberate routine. No panic, no frustration. No emotional swings. That level of maturity is incredibly rare for a 21-year-old competing on one of tennis' grandest stages. While Eala grew stronger as the match progressed, Renata Zarazúa experienced the opposite. The Mexican veteran experimented with everything she could think of. She mixed up the pace, added more spin, threw in defensive moonballs, attacked the return, and searched desperately for any tactical adjustment that could change the momentum. Nothing worked. Every challenge was answered. Gradually, the frustration became visible. Her shoulders began to drop. She looked repeatedly toward her coaching box, searching for solutions that simply weren't there. The confidence she carried onto the court slowly disappeared as Eala dictated every aspect of the contest. This wasn't just physical domination, it was psychological. By consistently winning the biggest points and refusing to give Zarazua even a glimpse of momentum, Eala slowly took complete control of the match mentally as well as tactically. And now, because of that convincing victory, the entire tournament suddenly becomes even more fascinating. Waiting in the second round is one of the greatest names the sport has ever known, Serena Williams. Should Serena advance, Wimbledon could deliver one of its most captivating storylines in years. On one side would stand Serena Williams, a 7-time Wimbledon champion and 23-time Grand Slam singles winner, returning to singles competition in search of one final magical run on the grass courts she ruled for nearly 2 decades. On the other side would be Alex Eala, the young Filipino trailblazer making history with every victory and playing the finest grass-court tennis of her career. It's the kind of matchup that captures the imagination of sports fans around the world, a legendary champion versus a fearless rising star. But here's what makes the potential clash especially intriguing. Eala won't walk onto the court intimidated. Only days before Wimbledon, she shared the court with Serena's sister, Venus Williams, competing together in doubles at Bad Homburg. Training alongside one of the greatest grass-court players in history gave Eala valuable experience and confidence that few young players ever receive. Combine that with victories over top 10 opponents in Berlin and today's dominant opening round performance, and it's easy to understand why Eala would believe she belongs on the same stage as anyone. She isn't arriving to admire greatness, she's arriving to challenge it. Her aggressive baseline game, improved movement, confident net play, and growing mental toughness make her a genuine threat to anyone remaining in the draw. Today's victory wasn't simply about reaching the second round. It felt like a warning, a message to every player still competing that Alex Eala is no longer content with making history, she wants to win history. The importance of this moment extends far beyond Wimbledon. For decades, tennis has remained a relatively small sport in the Philippines compared with basketball, boxing, and volleyball. Producing a seeded singles player at a Grand Slam once felt almost unimaginable. Now Eala is changing that perception. Every winner she strikes inspires countless young athletes watching from Manila, Cebu, Davao, and every corner of the country. She's proving that Filipino players can compete with and defeat the very best in the world. That's an incredible responsibility. Yet instead of allowing that pressure to become a burden, Eala appears to draw strength from it. She plays with remarkable clarity, shutting out distractions and focusing only on the next point. When the official statistics are released, they'll undoubtedly highlight impressive serving numbers, efficient breakpoint conversion, and a remarkably low unforced error count. But statistics alone can't capture what spectators witnessed. You had to see the confidence in her movement. You had to hear the clean sound of the ball exploding off her racket. You had to watch the way she glided effortlessly across the grass, looking completely at home on a surface that many players spend years trying to master. Much of that development traces back to the Rafa Nadal Academy in Mallorca. There, Eala built the discipline, resilience, and fighting spirit that have become trademarks of her game. Those early years shaped her into a relentless competitor who refuses to surrender easy points. But over the past 2 seasons, her game has evolved dramatically. She's blended that trademark consistency with greater aggression, a stronger serve, improved volleying, and a willingness to attack whenever opportunities appear. The result is a complete all-court player capable of thriving on any surface. As for Renata Zarazúa, she'll undoubtedly regroup and turn her attention to the remainder of the season. She remains an accomplished professional and an important figure for Mexican tennis. Today, however, belonged entirely to Alex Eala. Now the excitement around Wimbledon is reaching another level. Fans, journalists, and analysts are already looking ahead to what could become one of the tournament's defining matches. Eala hasn't simply announced herself. She's forced the entire tennis world to pay attention. That's what makes Grand Slam tennis so special. Every year, a new story emerges, a new player rises, a new chapter is written. Today, Alex Eala added another unforgettable chapter to her remarkable journey. From junior champion to Grand Slam seed, her rise has been fueled by relentless hard work, steady improvement, and unwavering belief in herself. This victory wasn't just another result on the scoreboard. It was a declaration. For the Philippines, it's a moment of immense national pride. For the rest of the tennis world, it's confirmation that one of the sport's brightest young stars has truly arrived. But if there's one thing we've learned about Alex Eala, it's that she never settles. The celebration will be short. Recovery begins immediately. Film study starts. Preparation continues. Because an even greater challenge may be waiting in the next round. If Serena Williams stands across the net, the entire sporting world will be watching. And based on what we witnessed today, Alex Eala won't be stepping onto that court simply to participate. She'll step onto it believing she can win. What do you think? Can Alex Eala continue her remarkable run and overcome one of the greatest champions tennis has ever seen? Share your predictions in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss our complete coverage of Wimbledon 2026. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'll see you in the next video.